Hello guys, welcome to the part 2 of Playwright learning from the series learning series. So here in last class, if I can say what all things we have discussed is first we have discussed about a history and how the Java came in picture and what is the difference between JavaScript and Java. So Brandon H is a person who invented it in 1995 and what is the Java and JavaScript comparison, like Java and JavaScript are not interrelated. JavaScript is basically used for behavior and interactivity, and also what are the different the features of JavaScript we have discussed. It's originally designed for browsers, and what all things like core features of that, and how JavaScript can manipulate all the DOM structure and all, and how it will help for asynchronous, and the ecosystem, like how massively it was adopted by multiple companies, and also like a framework such as React and Vue, so next.js and universal adoption and all those things we have discussed. And later, like, we have discussed about how JavaScript can be dynamically changed, and TypeScript, why it was invented, and what is the main difference between JavaScript and TypeScript that we have understood. So here we have a type, but in JavaScript we don't have a type mentioned type, so it can be changed dynamically. And is JavaScript is a compiled or interpreted, that also we have discussed. So older one version of JavaScript was basically a compiled, but new like modern JavaScript was like it both like compiled and interpreted. So that we have discussed, and post that we have also discussed about the how real life example for the preparing a food recipe. So if it's a compile time means like we are reading the recipe book first and then we are cooking. Interpreted is basically like reading one line and executing it one time. And the modern JavaScript, when we are running the same script for multiple times, then it will memorize it, and next time it will execute that code in a faster way. So that is how the modern JavaScript will work. And how V8 engine was pulled out from the browser, and Node.js was implemented by Ryan. So that we have discussed, in which he has invented in 2009. So why only browser will be having a fun? So we can also pull out the V8 engine from the browser and we can run in our local also by installing the node.js. So that is how the concept came of Node.js. And the installation part we have discussed, and what all like VS Code and folder structure we have discussed. And one more thing today, so we have already installed this node VS Code, and also we have installed the code runner, like not code runner, I told about a command code we have installed. So hope you all guys install this command code, so which has some $1 subscription. So if you are taking that one, so you can run the using the terminal, so that we can run the code, like we can ask the questions and it will solve those things. So it's basically like a AI like extension which we are using it. And apart from that, like one more extension you require to run the JavaScript code and the VS code. So you require a code runner. So this is the code runner extension which will help to run the JavaScript in your VS IDE. So VS Code IDE. So if you want to run this code, then you require the code runner. So by clicking on this, you can run this one. So that please do go and install that code runner extension in your VS Code. So it will be very helpful for running the code in this VS Code IDE. So today we are going to learn how JavaScript engine works. So whenever we are running some code, so it will be multiple steps are going to happen. So JavaScript engine is a program that reads, interprets, and execute JavaScript code. So here is the complete breakdown how it will be executed by step. So first, JavaScript source code, whatever we have written, that will get parsed, and then ATS, which is abstract syntax tree, will come in picture. So that will separate the code based on type and structure, and example like variables and functions and all the like literals and all those things will be separated here. And interpreter is basically a ignition, like how you will start the execution. So that is how the what interpreter will do, basically starting or executing the code. And then once the it is got executed, so that will get converted to binary code, and then binary code will be given to the CPU. So this is how it will come, like basically between this binary code and interpreter, like but it will first convert it to bytecode and then bytecode to binary code. And profiler we have, profiler is basically like monitors the code and push repeated code for the to the compiler. So if the code is complex and also then it will be given to the compiler, which is also called as a turbofan, and that converts the code into optimized machine level code. Then that is getting converted to binary bytecode, and then bytecode to binary code, and then given to CPU. So if I can say, this is our JavaScript. So I'm just creating a one hello world.js. So if you are writing this console.log, and then inside that if you are writing a statement, it is basically like if you are coming from the Java background. So print system.out.print similar to this console.log. So once you will run this one, so this code will get executed. So you can just clear this one, and if you are running this, so you can see this, the welcome to Playwright with JavaScript and TypeScript series. So this is getting printed. So how it will get print? So how this writing this code, and if I am executing, how it is coming in a output file. So that is how this step-by-step process will work. So if I can say like make sure like if you already installed this code runner extension, and let x is equal to 10. So then how it will get breakdown, so that we will see. So this is let concept what I have written, and you can just remove these things. So just understand this simple code first. Okay, so if I'm executing this one, so this let x is equal to 10, and then console.log of x means this 10 will get printed. So you can name the variable name as anything like variable name. So if you are printing this, it will get printed. And here step by step is like a first engine will break the raw code into a small meaningful chunks called as tokens. So here first basically it will split those whatever the let a is equal to 10. So it will split this let as one token and a as another token. Like if I can say, so if you can see this, so let is basically one token which will get printed, and then we have another token is x. So let is basically one token which will get printed, and x is another token. Okay, and 10 will be another token, and this is a operator basically. So this will get splitted. So like this is basically like how if I'm telling you like to give me a glass of water. So here like give means you are asking for a something, give, and then me means for me, and then a glass of means you are asking a glass of what, water. So this is how in your brain also, like if I'm telling one sentence, so you are splitting that sentence, and then you are remember like you are forming that sentence like what he is asking. So but first your brain will be also using the same mechanism. So it will split each and every word, and then it will analyze what he is telling. So this is how the basically the programming also it will work here. So first it will divide the all the raw code into smaller meaningful chunks, that is called as a tokens, and that process is called as a tokenizing or lexical analyzing. So this is what the main process will happen here, and post that it will divide like this, like all the it will split into let x is equal to and operator and this variable value and the semicolon, and then parsing will come in picture. So that will be like syntax analyzing it will be doing. So basically what will happen, so once the code program will get splitted, and the it will be getting the variable declaration and then identifier literals. So those all the things like x and value of that literal, so that all the things will get splitted here. And then if there is any syntax error and all, it will get caught at this stage itself. So it will not go, it will initial stage itself the any syntax error or something, so that will get caught, and that will be throwing the error. So in V8, if when it will start, it will break the code into tokens like keyword, literals, operators and values. For example, so how I have already told, right, like if you are asking like bring me a glass of water, then it will get split into different type. Like me is like I am asking for me, and give means I need to give, and glass of water what I need to give in a glass, so water I need to give, like that it will get splitted, right? Same thing like let is a keyword and a is an identifier or variable, like variable and variable this is operator, and number literal is a variable value, and this is a punctuation, so like semicolon and all. Console is a identifier, dot is a punctuation again, log is a identifier, and then punctuation like whatever the semicolon or dot bracket, all those things we are using, so all those things will come under the punctuation. And then comes the create AST, so which is like a abstract syntax tree. So if you can search in the Google also, like you'll find this abstract, different type of abstract explorer, AST explorer are also there. So if you're simple, like if you are writing the code, like let x is equal to 10, if you are writing a simple code, so you can see this like how it will get splitted into the different like variable and body, inside body will be having this one, all the things. Like, are you guys like we need to understand this one how it will work and all? No. So these all the things will be worked and handled by whom? So this all the things will be handled by the Node.js or JavaScript, whatever we are using. So that V8 engine will have to split these all the things. So we no need to worry about this how it will work and what it will do and all. So we no need to worry about these all the things. So it will be handled automatically. Okay. So this is what automatically handled by the code. If I'm running this code, so it will get executed. So this is how that will. So this is how it will get executed, and it will give the like output as 10. So this backend process will execute it like this only. Okay. So then after this AST, so now comes in like interpreter or ignition will come in picture. Ignition means like it is starting, like how we will start the bike and all, right? So that interpreter will start and it will execute the code line by line, and then ignition creates a lightweight code which is called as a bytecode. Bytecode is also there in the Java and it is also there in a JavaScript. Okay, don't get confused. So from AST and starts the executing immediately. So it will start executing immediately, and bytecode might look like. So if you want to see the how bytecode will look like, so you guys can use this VS Code and use the terminal. Okay, so we can execute the code from the terminal also. So if I execute, if I need to go to the CD chapter 01. Okay, so once you'll go inside this, and to execute this node, if you need to install the node first, so before that you just check like node is installed or not. So if you are executing like node v26 is there, so I will execute node 01 hello. Okay, hello world, I am just printing. So you can see this got executed. So this is the way you can execute, and if you want to see the bytecode, then you can click like node / and print and bytecode. Okay, bytecode, and then you can give the name of this class 01 hello world. So this is what the bytecode. Okay guys, so this is how the bytecode will look like. Okay, is this understandable? Like what is this lambda lamulated, something like asynchronous k and asynchronous value promise, something it has written. So it is not readable or it is not understandable by the humans. Okay, so this is what it will be an intermittent code. So from the source code it is intermittent code which will get converted, and from there it will start it will execute and it will convert that bytecode into binary code which is like a understandable by the machine level language. Okay, so that is like 0 1 0 1 0 1 0, so which is like a switch on switch off switch off and switch off, that will get converted to byte to again to the executable code, that is binary code which is understandable by the machine. Okay, and post that like as I told, like once you will execute that console, it will print that inside the terminal. Okay, so this way I've seen. And profiler JIT, so profiler is basically a compiler. Okay, profiler like basically not a compiler, like when we are executing a multiple line of code, so which is a hot code. If you are executing hot code means what, like is this a hot code? No, this is not a hard code, this is a simple code. Okay, so if I can say like what we can see, okay, so if I can run a loop of for let I is equal to 0, and from there it will print, it will run for a 5 times, like instead of 5 you can take it as 1000 times. Okay, and then we will have one more print which is a function. Okay, function print hello. Okay, and then hello world it will print. Okay, so this is basically if I want to print this one, I will print it here inside this. So now this is a hot code. Okay, So if you guys can understand this one, so this is a hard code, like if it is executing for 1,000 times, okay. So this is a simple code, so which is not a hard code. This is cold code, and this is a hard code where it is getting executed 1,000 times. So it will take lot of time to execute this one. So that is what, like, this profiler will come in picture. So just JIT is a just in time, which is like now we are going to execute. Since this is a code very small, not repeated, the profiler sees no benefit. So TurboFan JIT compiler does not optimize. So if we had a loop like thousands of executions, like V8 valid would compile that part into a machine code. So basically, if it is a hard code, so then code which needs the optimization is called as hard code. So this needs the optimization, then the profiler will come in picture. So if it is a normal code, then profiler will not come in picture, and also like JIT will not come in picture. So which will basically help for a compilation part. So TurboFan is basically nothing but a compiler. Compiler converts or optimize the code of the hard code. So hard code will get converted to optimized code, and then bytecode. Bytecode will convert further get converted to binary code, which is like a machine level language. Okay. So after that, like we have another two concept, like this is not end. Like we have a garbage collector and machine code execution. What is garbage collector, guys? So garbage collector is basically like if something, like if I can say in a simple word. So I am throwing some papers or something. So if you are throwing some paper and all, what your mother will do? So mother will find like it is not useful, so I have thrown that, and your mother will find it as not useful, then she will take it and put it in a dustbin. So that is what the garbage collector will do. It will automatically freeze the memory by removing the unused or unreachable objects and prevent the memory leaks and keep the performance efficient. So in order to keep the performance, so it will remove the unused or unwanted objects which are thrown, which are not used. So that will get removed by automatically by the garbage collector. So this is the work of garbage collector, guys. And then machine code execution, the finally optimized code will get executed directly by the CPU, and this gives the best performance at a runtime. So this is the 8 steps what have explained by this diagram. So parser, AST we have understood, and interpreted ignition how it will start, and after that it will get converted to binary code if it is a simple code. So if profiler will come in picture only once, like when it is a hard code, and it will get executed by the compiler, and then it will get converted to optimized code, then getting converted to binary code, which is a machine language. So this is the flow what I want to explain, like how the JavaScript engine works. So that is the best way I can say, which we are explained in a step by step process. So if I can say, like there are like different code, like I can say bytecode. What is a bytecode, guys, and what is the binary code, and what is the source code? So first, before understanding the binary code, so you need to understand the source code. Like we have just executed this script, and we have seen how the bytecode will look like. So this is a bytecode which will look like, and if you want to execute that one, so you need to run the command, that is node / print dash bytecode and that class name. And what is the source code here? Basically, source code is something which is written by the human. So I have written the code, so which is this one. This is called as a source code, guys. Okay. And then what is bytecode? We have executed that one, and we have seen the bytecode how it will look like. And bytecode is an intermediate code, as I told, like it is an intermediate code, and that will get created by the JavaScript engine, which humans cannot understand. Okay. So are you able to understand this code? No, guys. So we will not be able to understand this code, which is like randomly written something, but it is like a understandable by the machines later part when it get converted to binary code. So that is why the binary code will be get converted to 0 and 0 and 0 on pattern. Binary code is also called as a 0 and 0 and 0, switch off, switch on, switch on, switch off, and which is actually understood by the real machines or our chips. Okay. So basically, like if you guys want to understand how what is the exact difference and all between these things, so you can use this command code. Okay. So we can ask the question here, create a table format difference between source code, okay, byte code and binary code in table format, and take example of which example we want a hello world example. Okay, I just need to copy, drag and drop that one. So and also create a file with name, byte code, source code, byte code, and binary code IQ. So this is like interview question. So IQ dot MD file. So markdown file or text file, whatever you want, you can ask it. Basically, I will prefer MD file, which is like a markdown file. So which will be better in understood by the any AI agent. Okay. So I'm just hitting this. So let us see how it will create, in what format it will create and all. So we'll see that one. So it will take some time in order to create that. Okay. You click yes. Okay. So see guys, it has already created table format and all. See, it has given the visual flow also, how it will get parser, how it will get executed, and how the GIT will come in picture. So definition, basically it has not given a proper table format. Let it be like, we'll have one more like a file reader or something extension. MD file. File reader or something. It's fine guys, like we'll see that one, how we can make it proper format. So basically like aspect like definition. So it is a human readable code. Source code is a human readable code, and then this is intermediate code, which is like a uh, representation of source code and compiled into the platform identifier instructions, and low level code consisting of a 0 and 1 that the CPU executes directly, and readability is readable by humans and partially readable by humans, and then most of the uses are numeric ops code and symbolic reference and not human readable format 0 and 0, and portability like portable across the platform. So and pose that like a platform independent Java file, and platform specific compiled, which will be particularly for the CPU. So these all the things it will properly written, and it took the example, and also like who reads it, developer, and then file format plain text UTF-8 format, and size is like a small. And what happens, the developer writes the code in a editor and save it as a java like extension. And bytecode is basically like how it will explain like what it v8 generates internally. Those are the things it has given, and how it will get executed, and basically this is a binary code what the CPU will execute. So that thing it has explained, and so it has explained in a flow wise also, like if you can go through this one, human right and understood it, and also like here we have a LDA constant, and this is like CPU executed directly, v8 interpreted, and hot path of JIT will do, and this is the key takeaway. So it has explained nicely guys, so you can use this AI to explain you the concept as well. So not only like we are learning from the video, and also we are using the AI to explain this what all topics you want. So if you are giving the prompt, it will explain you in a brief way, and which you can prepare for the interview and all. So that is how we need to learn basically. So for this, I will create quickly like one more file here. Okay, so I'll create one more file, which is IQ notes. So I'll keep this whatever the interview kind of questions. So I'll keep inside this IQ notes. Okay. So guys, like we are not just learning here, and we are also need to practice this. And for this, like you can ask a one general like command also. So in order to, so I'll just ask like please you should not say basically, like you should ask directly like create a simple prompt where I will be asking questions and you will be giving proper response in table format and creating only if required, okay, to create in table format and store that file under IQ notes. So I'm just asking like how I'm just asking to give the prepare proper prompt. So in order to just it will give the, I'm just asking question and it will replying with a proper answer, and if in a table format if only required. And this guys, like it has already created, I guess it has created one more IQ notes here. So it has created the prompt file basically inside this IQ prompt template. I have not asked it to create under the IQ, but it has created one more IQ file. So prompt template, now how to use it? Ask me any programming or technical questions and I will create .md file. So basically guys, it has created a .md file only, so which we can use it directly whenever we want to ask any question. So then I just need to drop this file here and ask, no, ready when you are, ask me any programming concept. So it is asking if I ask like difference between JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, so if I ask difference between JavaScript and TypeScript, let me see like how it will create. So we are already given that file name, and it will be, it is supposed to create here basically, but it is already create one more file folder it has created. Let us see like if it will storing there or not. So see guys, it has created a proper JavaScript and a TypeScript difference in a table format, and also like you can see this, it has with example it has explained here how TypeScript and how JavaScript will look like and all, but this we don't require. Okay, so as we have already created that file separately, so we'll just delete this one and we'll move this to the our IQ. Okay, so we'll move it here and this will delete it. Okay guys, so we have finally we have created this file and all. So next part is like we need to push this code to our GitHub. So learning, so I'll just create one GitHub repo. So in order to create a GitHub repo, so you can just, this is different basically. So here you can just simply go to the /new, so where you can create the repository learning Playwright JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, so this no need to give any description at all. We will simply create this, create repository. Okay, simple, like you are just going to that /new and you are creating the repository, and post that you just come copy this, okay, and come to this and push the code to this repository and go in this repository. Okay, so I'm just asking you to push the code to this repository. So let us see like what it will do. Okay, So it will be searching, like basically the git initialization and all, it is not done, I guess. So it is doing that one. Learning Playwright and it has done. So it has initialized, git init it has done. Okay, dot git it has created, and now it is doing the, it is searching for that, if the dot git has created or not. Okay, git add it is doing now, add all basically, and git status also it has done, and on branch main and no commit at. Okay, so now it has been doing the finding the files and all. So guys, like first time it will take some time, and once we will do this all the setup and all the tokens and all, the first time only it will take this much time, and later part it won't take this much time, and it will push directly basically. Okay, so this it has created it here, it should not be basically. I will move it to outside itself for better understanding. Pushing the code now. Let us see like whether it will be able to push that or not. Okay, okay, done, pushed all the 6 files, and we can see that on a main branch. Okay, let me just refresh this guys. So see guys, it has already created. So inside the chapter 1 we can see this, but it has not pushed all the codes. Test file it has pushed, but not all the code. So we need all the code in a proper format. Push this now, however the format is there in project level, even if the file is file or folder is empty, push the same. Okay, I have given one more comment to push the same. So like guys, like I have already done some setup, so I was able to push it directly. So for you guys, you will be facing some difficulties in initial level. So what you can do is like it may ask you the token and all. So that time you just need to go to this settings. Okay, settings, inside settings you will be having this SSH key and all. Okay, so SSH key, and also so SSH key and all we will be having, so that you can go there, and you can also go to this one more is developer settings, and you will be having a personal tokens you have, and here you can just create a new token. So create a new token, you need to just give this any random name and select this first one and create the generate token. So this you can give this easily guys, like this is the like link already commented out here, I guess. Okay, so this is the link, so you can go to this tokens, and then you can generate the key and fill this and put this as repo, and then create the token. So you'll be good to go. Let me see here what it has done. So I just need to push now whatever way it is there currently, in same way I am asking it to push it. So let us see like what it will do. Fine guys, like I guess we'll do it later, but So you guys have already understood this concept, like how we can create the token and how we are going to push that one into our GitHub repo by using the AI, which is a cloud code we are using. So by using that one, how we can push that command code we are using and how we can push that to our GitHub repo. So those are all the things we have seen, and we can directly push our code into the GitHub. That part also we have seen. And next upcoming lecture we'll see the different type of comments and literals, variables, how we are going to create those things and all. So those are the things we'll create, and we'll see that, and post that we'll can also push that code to the our same repo, and there we'll see in a different, like whatever lecture chapter wise we are taking. So in the same format we are going to push our code as also. So make sure guys, we are completing this all the like concept whatever we are doing parallelly, so you'll not face any difficulties in later part. So we'll meet in the next session. Till there, see you guys and keep learning. Thank you.